Good morning. Today we are covering sections 1.2, multiplying and dividing real numbers. We are going to go over the rules for multiplication and division, and then we're going to go through several examples. Rules of multiplication and division. If two numbers have the same sign, then your answer will be positive. If two numbers that are multiplying have different signs, then your answer will be negative. These are the rules that you guys are familiar with. Something that we'll be using in this class that has been very useful for many of my students is the multiplication and division triangle. If we multiply a negative and a negative, your answer will be a positive. So if you multiply a negative number times a negative, your answer will be positive. If you multiply a positive number times a negative, your answer will be negative. If you multiply a positive and a negative, your answer will be negative. So let's go through example number 1. On example number 1, we're multiplying 8 times 6 will be 48. If you multiply a negative times a negative, your answer will be positive. I'm not going to draw the triangle here, so we have it at hand. Negatives on the bottom and a positive on top. For the next one, 3 times 7 will be 21. If you multiply a negative times a positive, your answer is negative. For letter C, we multiply 5.3 times 9, negative 5.3 times 9. So let's multiply first the numbers times 9. 9 times 3 will be 27, and we carry it 2. 9 times 5 is 45, plus 2 will be 47, and we have one decimal place. So 5.3 times 9 will be 47.7. We multiply a negative times a positive, your answer will be negative. For letter D, try letter D, E, and F, see what you get, and we can compare answer. Go ahead and pause it. For letter D, we multiply 4 times negative 2.7. So let's multiply 2.7 times 4. 4 times 7 will be 28, and we carry 2. 4 times 2 will be 8, plus 2 will be 10, and we have one decimal place. So 4 times 2.7 is 10.8. If you multiply a positive times a negative, your answer will be negative. For letter E, 8 times 7 will be 56. Negative times a positive will be negative. For letter F, we multiply 6.5 times 3. 3 times 5 is 15, and we carry 1. 3 times 6 will be 18, plus 1 is 19, and we have one decimal place. Be 19.5. Negative times negative will be positive, so your answer is a positive. With division, we are going to follow the same rules, so we can also use the triangle for the division. Let's go and draw the triangle here. Negative and negative on the bottom, positive on top. So we divide negative 56 divided by 8. We know that 56 divided by 8 is 7. Negative divided by positive is negative. Letter B. Negative 18 divided by negative 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. Negative divided by negative is positive. For letter C, this is also a division. We have negative 27 divided by negative 3. 27 divided by 3 will be 9. Negative divided by negative will be positive. Negative divided by negative will be positive. Go and try letter D, E, and F, see what you get, and we can compare answers. Go and pause it. For letter D, we are dividing. 24 divided by 3 will be 8. Negative divided by negative is positive. For letter E, 36 divided by 9 will be 4. Positive divided by negative will be negative. Letter F, 16 divided by negative 8. 16 divided by 8 is 2. Positive divided by negative is negative. So it'll be negative 2. Any questions? Example number 3. For example number 3, we have 3 numbers that are multiplying. Now you want to make sure that you work each problem step by step. Some of you guys want to do everything in your head all at once, and you might get the incorrect answer. For the homework, you need to show me step by step. So we're going to multiply the first 2 numbers. 3 times 5 is 15. Negative times negative is positive. We're going to bring down the negative 2. 15 times negative 2. 15 times 2 is 30. Positive multiplied by negative is a negative. Let me go and draw the triangle here so we have it at hand. For letter B, we're going to multiply the first 2 numbers. 4 times 5 is 20. We multiply a negative times a positive, that'll be a negative. So it'll be a negative 20. I'm going to place it in parentheses. It's being multiplied by the 3. 20 times 3 will be 60. Negative times a positive, your answer will be negative. Go and try letter C and D and see what you get. Go and pause it. Letter C. We multiply the first 2 numbers. Negative 9 times 2 will be 18. Negative times a positive will be negative. Now place in parentheses is being multiplied by the negative 5. And then the negative 5. 18 times 5. If you're not sure what 18 times 5, just multiply on the side. 18 times 5. That gives me 40. Carry 4. 5. That'll be 9. So it'll be 90. Negative times a negative will be a positive. And the last one. Multiply the first 2 numbers. That'll give me 21. Negative times negative will be positive. Place in parentheses multiplied by the negative 4. 21 times 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 will be 8. So positive times negative will be negative. Let's continue to the back. On the back, we're going to start using substitution to evaluate different expressions. And you guys have an example to guide you through the process. Let's go and start with example number 5. Evaluate the expression. We have 3 plus 6x over y, or divided by y, when x is equal to negative 3 and y is equal to negative 5. So we need to be able to substitute the values of x and y. Now, it is very important that whenever you substitute, you want to be able to substitute the value of x. So instead of the x, we're going to replace it with its value, which is negative 3. Notice that I place it in parentheses. Whenever you do a substitution, you want to be able to place it in parentheses. Now, if it's by itself, that's the only exception. So we can just place minus 5. If you want to place in parentheses as well, you can. We're going to simplify the top. We have an addition and multiplication. Using the order of operations, we want to be able to multiply first. We're going to bring down the 3. 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. Remember, positive times a negative will be a negative. Then divide by negative 5. We're going to simplify the top. 3 minus 18. The 3 is positive, the 18 is negative, so they have different signs. We are going to subtract. That'll be 15. Keep the sign of the bigger number, that'll be negative. And then over or divided by negative 5. 15 divided by 5 will be 3. Negative divided by negative will be positive. And the last example, letter B. We want to be able to evaluate 3x minus 7y divided by negative 2 or over negative 2. And we want to be able to replace the x with its value, which is negative 6, and the y with a negative 4. We have 3. Remember that whenever you want to substitute, you want to be able to place it in parentheses. So instead of the x will be a negative 6. Instead of the y will be negative 4. Divided by negative 2. We have multiplication, subtraction, multiplication. So we're going to multiply those two numbers first. 3 times negative 6 will be negative 18. Positive times negative will be negative. Remember that this negative belongs to the 7. So it'll be negative 7 times negative 4 will be positive 28 over negative 2. We're going to simplify the top. 18 plus 28, negative 18 plus 28. They have different signs, so we're going to subtract. Keep the sign of the bigger number, so that'll be positive. Divide by negative 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Positive divided by negative will be a negative. Please email me if you have any questions. Thank you so much and have a great day.